Okay, we're back now. We finna get into the weekly profiles. We finna do a quick run through of what we already did. We did DXY, we did SMT. We went over the daily profiles. Now we're finna go over the weekly profiles. I'm finna educate you guys on how you can actually use these profiles in your trading system. So let's get into it. The first thing I want you guys to realize is where when you're dealing with profiles, like I said in the last vid, you have to understand that the profiles that we're trading is more than just having an understanding of what the profile is. You got to have a mental reflection on the actual candle formations. So the thing is, you have to you have to understand that when you look at these profiles, like we spoke of before, you have to mentally put yourself in a mind frame of how the profile plays out. So the most important profiles that we actually like encounter in your trading career. Understand how the opening and closing of the candle, I'm sorry, of the actual profile, how it will play out. So now we're gonna do that on a higher time frame, like a higher time frame. Last session we did the daily profile, so it's a lower time frame. We're gonna get into the higher time frame of the profile. So just have that same mentality as far as opening, closing candles, and how it will look on weekly, a weekly, uh, a weekly time frame. So now that being said, we finna go over a few weekly profiles, and I want you to the only thing I want you to get from this is focus on two things: liquidity, and I want you to also focus on candle closure. These two things are the most important things to worry about when dealing with weekly profiles. Yes, you probably heard different. You heard somebody else. That's fine. This is the simplest way of explaining these profiles to you. And I'm telling you, when you understand this, it'll give you an edge in the market that can benefit you in the long haul. So that being said, when talking about liquidity, we're only focusing on two different types of liquidity. Yes, there's many types of liquidity, but we're only going to focus on just two for this actual breakdown. And the two forms of liquidity we're going to focus on is optimal trade entry. OTE, and turtle soup, or you can say liquidity hunt, whichever floats your boat. Turtle soup. So these are the only two types of liquidity we're going to focus on going through all these profiles. So when you see the profile, you see the day that it actually opened up and the day that it closed. Just reflect and look back in the market and have a mental like foundation on, okay, this profile unfolded and this is what I seen when it unfolded. Did I see a liquidity pull or did I see optimal trade entry? So this is one thing to focus on when watching reviewing these profiles, liquidity. And the other thing is candle closures. Like I spoke about in the previous lesson. Um, we literally we're literally like focusing on the candle closures because this is the bread and butter of the understanding with dealing with the profiles that you encounter. So the thing is, you gotta like also keep this in mind when looking at these profiles. So that being said, let's get into the first profile, and guys, take notes. Tuesday's low of the week. So this is a VIP profile. And I say that because down the line, we're going to get into why it is. And I'm going to show you way more details on how we can actually take advantage of these moments. But essentially, this is when Tuesday creates the low of the week. And as you can see here, that's the low of the week. And it ran up. This is the buy day, of course. This will be a buy profile. And like I said previously, down here could possibly have situations to where it can be a optimal trade entry or it can be a liquidity hunt. See that? So let me try to get this out of your way. So basically, essentially, imagine this. Two things can transpire here. It can be a higher time frame, OTE, or it can be a higher time frame liquidity hunt. So something like this. We'll go something like this. Something like this. See? Liquidity hunt. So that's the liquidity that we just identified. Now the candle closure. When you look at this, price action on the chart. This is the open. It's the close. It closed on Friday, open on Monday. The candle will look essentially like this. So that being said, that's all you need to take it from this. Tuesday, low of the week. That's it. We identified how it can be manipulated with liquidity, and we identified the actual candle closure of what it is. So the thing is, you guys gotta, this is how it look, candle formation on the weekly time frame. So this is how we're going to continue on in the session. In this session, we're going to break down these charts like this so you guys can have that. You can master these profiles. And yes, you guys probably have seen these profiles out somewhere, but they haven't been explained to you this way. I gotta give you the right sauce, the grit, the stuff that's going to actually work in your favor versus just throwing profiles at you and saying, "Oh, this is going to happen in the market." So this is why it's going to be a little extensive, but I'm gonna try my hardest to do what I can. Let's continue. This is just essentially the same thing. It's just a sell day. We're not going to, we already went over the buy day, so just sell day. You do it in vice versa. Let's continue on. Wednesday, low of the day. This will be a buy day. We can get into this. So okay, guys, we're going to really like focus on like the buy days, and we might just after I show you the buy day, then you can just have the understanding on the sell day, so we can not waste time. We get straight to the point. So we're going to focus on the buy days. Just FYI. Wednesday. So here, as you see right here, Wednesday create the low, which is the day is buy. Wednesday, low of the week. So just imagine we're going into coming from Tuesday into Wednesday. And what can transpire here? It can be a optimal trade entry. See that? Or it can be a liquidity hunt. You see that? You see? Take notes. Now, also, let's get back to the candle closure. This is the opening. This is the close. How this will look on a weekly time frame, if it was a candle, like this. So it'll be a beefy candle. This is how it will look on a weekly time frame. And guys, also, everything I show you on here, back test it. Back test it. Take it, back test it. Take everything you got and go back in your charts and back test it. So just go look at what it looks like on a higher time frame. Wednesday, it's a sell day. You know, we spoke about before. Not gonna waste time. Bullish consolidation Thursday reversal. So essentially, these are moves that may take a level of an advanced level of trading to be able to take advantage of moves throughout the week. But eventually you guys will get there. But we're going to continue on what we were speaking on. It'll be a little tricky with trying to identify on a higher time frame whether it'll be an optimal trade entry or a liquidity pool. Some profiles have liquidity pools built inside of them, like this one. This one would be a liquidity pool right here. You see, it happened right there. So that's the first form of liquidity that you will take advantage of. Another one would be right here. Another liquidity pool would be right here. It can possibly be right here. See that? You enter in there, you take that position. You see? Also, optimal trade entry can be like this. It's optimal trade entry. See that? Move going up, come down, forward. The candle closure for this price action looks like this. Open, close. There you go. Let's move on. No time wasted. Bearish consolidation Thursday. Like we say, this is a sell day. We already spoke on these days. Bullish midweek rally. So the bullish midweek rally, you think about it, same as the last. You know, you can find opportunities in this place, in this play like this. This can be liquidity up. This is another this is a different form of liquidity, but you got a mitigation block, which is something we'll be going over in the future. But that's just something that we'll be discussing, just not now. So I'm gonna stay on track. Essentially, this is what you will find right here. This is optimal trade entry. Like I say, some profiles actually present built-in liquidity. You don't have to look for them as much, and this is one of them. You can see it started down there, come up here, gave us the optimal trade entry, and continue on. And for those who don't know what optimal trade entry, just imagine a continuous pattern. So if your buyer higher time frame is going bullish, just imagine price just do simply go up, break a high, retrace, and continue up. This is the optimal trade entry crash. This is a crash example on it. Like, yeah, of course, they get way more detailed than that, but just for those who don't know what OTE is, this is what optimal trade entry means. But just a continuation pattern. And let me draw out the candle for you guys. Okay, this right here will look like this. That's an ugly candle. Excuse my drawing. This is the best way I can get this information to you guys. This right here is the candle you will see on the weekly time frame. And one thing about these candle closures, this is why I always talk about them. When you see candle closures like this, just know a lot of volume have entered the market. What was in the market at one point in time, and you can take advantage of moves like this. So that's why I always stress candle closures on a higher time frame, because those are the times when they can actually show you that you can take advantage of these opportunities in the market. You can get maybe 60 pips, maybe 80 pips, maybe 100 pips. It doesn't matter. Just know that the market is actually moving, and it created a bullish candle. So just always keep that in consideration. There, this is a sale. We spoke on sales before. Seek and destroy. Here's my favorite profile. I'm just joking. This is not my favorite profile. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. This is the profile that I lost a lot of money using this profile. Being stuck in this profile and not understanding how to get out. But we spoke on this profile on a lower time frame before. On the daily before, and it's essentially what we spoke on as far as the seek and destroy. Just that simple. Seek and destroy. It's just basically the same thing that we spoke about. Is as far as returning to like knocking out traders in the market. It's seeking liquidity just to trick other liquidity. It's a manipulative market condition, and it's just best to stay away from it or to box it up and move into the next section. So we're not going to get into how you can take advantage of these moves, because I would strongly suggest stepping away. Now, that being said, on a lower time frame in weeks like this, you may be able to find some type of moves. Weeks like this, you can find some moves. You can find some moves. You just got to understand the higher time frame, and you got to understand lower time frame. If you don't understand that, higher time frame and lower time frame, price action. They have to be in confluence with each other. If they're not in confluence with each other, and this is only trading the seek and destroy weekly profile. The daily profile, do not try it. Do not try to trade intraday on a daily profile, seek and destroy. No, like I said before, box it up, move on to the next session. Like, if you've already lost one trade, close out the rest of the trade. Don't try to force the next trade. If you do happen to take another trade, split the risk, 0.25 or 0.5, one of the two. Just, move in that direction. This is my opinion on how I would trade a seek and destroy. That's about it. Oh, one more thing. I got to show you the candle closure. So this is the candle closure, seek and destroy. And like I talked about previously, one of the things people miss when explaining seek and destroy, seek and destroy usually form candles like, this right here would be a buy. Okay, so you do a candle It'll be like a doji looking candle, and it just signifies on a weekly time frame that is literally not the the right time to actually trade. But that's just the inner workings of what seek and destroy really is. It's just a time of indecision in the market. There's no real movement. So let's move on. This is a sell day, like we said before. See, that's so here's our bullish weekly reversal. This is one of my favorite ones. I'm going to mark VIP on here so you guys can really hone in on this one. I like this one a lot because, as you can see, the move made down here can be substantial. You guys may have heard of the one shot, one kill. Like, you guys may have heard of different concepts. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of concepts you've heard of have been kind of implemented in this actual profile. So adding this to your repertoire will actually advance you in different levels. And this is one of my favorite profiles, actually. But like you said, we can identify the liquidity that's built inside this. Like, look at that. Of course, you got a deep liquidity hunt, where you will take advantage of a play moving on this way, boom, 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 and you taking out this high can be possible returns. Like, it's different ways you can trade these profiles. This can be a optimal trade entry for continuation from last week. The OT can come in right here, or you can come in like this and take off. So it's different ways you can actually trade this profile. I love it, man. I love it. And since this may be a big move, you got to think about this candle closure. Like, this is open. This is the close. Get all this out your way so you guys can have a clear, precise open and you close. So you guys can have a clear, nice full candle. And candles like this, like I said previously, I'm gonna say it again, like, it just shows that there's momentum in the market, and these are things you can take advantage of. You can clearly take advantage of these in the market. So you can get in where the opening happened or the low of the day happened, and you can ride it up for profit. So it's definitely like one of those things that this profile is definitely a profile that I like to use, and many other successful traders I know love to use it too. And the thing is, we don't necessarily just look at we don't just say, a weekly profile of this happening. No, we understand that the market is actually creating these moves. So we're going to then hone in and anticipate for price to actually drop down here and give us some type of price action that allow us to take advantage to ride it up. And that's where the money is being made in the market. Let's continue. This is a sell day. So we can move on. No wasted time on that. Okay, and that's really about it. We about to. The thing is, just like I said before, your main focus is understanding that in your mind, when you're trading every day, you need to always remember these different types of profiles. You got to remember all the profiles. If I was you, I would literally print the profiles out or screenshot them or whatever and post them on my wall so you can literally remember them, because these profiles are going to make you way more aware of your market environment, and you're going to be able to take advantage of these moves. Like, the thing is, a lot of people don't even understand that taking advantage of these moves in the market first start from literally programming yourself to actually remember these profiles, and when they happen, you become used to it. Like it don't even phase you anymore to like literally like take advantage of these moves, because when you've done it for so long and you've seen them so much, your mind just sees it everywhere. So that being said, let me drop some homework for you guys. This is your homework. And the homework is, I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna revisit something real quick. So I want you guys to go find me a Tuesday low of the week. It can be a buy or a sell. It don't have to be, you know, so find me 3 examples of Tuesdays low of the week. It can be any pair. It can be any pair. And I want you to drop it inside the homework chat. Or it can be a high. It can be low or high. Doesn't matter. This is the homework. Drop it inside the chat. See you guys next time.